Okay, so today's first step is the personal one-on-ones for business planning going into the new year. Now, I do things a little bit unorthodox. So again, make sure you've checked with your HR department, make sure you've gotten everyone's okay to do this, because this is one of those things where I like to have my personal leadership management experience involved in developing my relationships with each and every one of my employees. And my philosophy is I believe that in today's world, leadership and management of your teammates is done on a one-by-one individual basis. It's the best way to get the most growth, the highest retention, and more importantly, the best results in understanding everybody that's on your team. So let's look at the first chart. The first chart, which I have a PDF copy for everyone to use, just send me an email to richard.j@movement.com. That's richard.j@movement.com. I send out a PDF to each of my employees of their business plan and their personal goals. So this one chart I'm going to go over is the business planning. This is the one you first start with on every one of your one-on-ones. So I have the quadrants, and the 4 quadrants are the recruiting strategy, the retention or retain strategy, admin needs, research and development. So my philosophy is to let every employee know that they are a version of me. They are a business owner. And like all businesses, you need to have all 4 components running at the same time throughout the year. So you share with them that you see them as their own leader of their own company. You let them know that you see them running their own company, and their contribution is they're building their company inside of your company. And the 4 most important things of every company is, what is your recruitment strategy? You're bringing in new business to the company. What is your retention strategy? How are you keeping your current teammates happy? What are your admin needs? Is there support needs or certain ideas you want to share with me that is missing in your daily tasks at work? The admin category is to help support systems, resources. And this is the category that's very important. And then the final one, like all businesses, every business has a research and development department. They're looking for new ideas. They're going to take a little risk on testing new ideas into developing new business ideas into their existing program. So when you go through all of these, you do an overview and explain to your teammate, look, I see you as a business owner. You are a version of me. You are running your own business. Whether you're a salesperson or an admin person, a support staff, I see you as a business owner. And if you explain to them, as you see them as a business owner, you explain the 4 quadrants of each department that every company owner should be focused on throughout the year. So you sit and you ask them about, I'm going to use an example of a support staff and say, okay, you are supporting these fellow loan officers on the team. You recruited these loan officers, and we identify who those loan officers that support person is supporting. And we put them down, their names, in terms of the recruitment. So we identify what they've recruited for the year. And this department, I sit down and I ask them about, what is your retention strategy? Let's talk about the people you work with in identifying what their needs are. And through that conversation, you get to understand and get them engaged in the conversation of the people they work with. As they go through the conversation, they start to notice that they've been able to identify those key points in the relationship. Oh, the person is this way. Oh, the person is that way. This person likes a morning call and an afternoon call. This person wants to be copied in every email that I send out. This person is pretty much hands off, and I need to instigate conversations. We have the conversation with the fellow teammate that's going through a review to talk about identifying how they're retaining the relationship with their teammate. What key things are they doing that is enhancing the relationship? Do they know their teammates' wants and likes? That is all part of a retention strategy that you brainstorm with your employee that you are having the business planning session, and you talk about things that they know that's working, also identifying things that's not working. And this 3rd quadrant right here is the admin needs. This is where you've actually sat and you continue the conversation about where are they present in their current business plan and where did they see some gaps on education, licensing, additional training, any software or hardware needs. These are all admin categories. And you engage that conversation, giving them ideas of, okay, how did the year go? What worked? What didn't work? Are there any licensing, additional training, any software, any technologies that are out there that you would like to learn? These are all admin tasks that you're having your review with, and you bring up these ideas to your teammate and see if they have any suggestions. One of the things that I noticed last year when I had a conversation with one of my teammates was my loan officer wanted multi-state licensing. And my review this year with that person has all of a sudden 15 different licenses outside of the state, and it accounted for over 20% of their overall business last year. So last year's review about the administrative needs, the conversation came up with additional out-of-state licensing. We accomplished that goal, and we got to share the results of that goal, which was an additional 20% of that person's business. That was a good experience. Now, this category here, research and development, this is where you're going to dig a little deeper, and you're going to ask the teammate who's getting the review, is asking them, do you foresee any changes in the industry that we're in? And what would you like to test? What would you like to try on a scaled down version? Is there anything you'd like to try differently going into the new year? This is where you kind of set up the conversation of saying, is there something new you want to try? And an example of something that was new was one loan officer wanted to do lead generation. Another loan officer wanted to partner up with some co-marketing with another real estate agent. So this is where you offer and you see yourself, the leader and the partner. You say, okay, I'm going to be the investor. I want to invest in your ideas to see what we can do to try to create a different avenue of business. The research and development department is very valuable to every company, and every employee is their own company. By taking the attitude of treating the employee as their own business owner, you instigate the conversations about the recruitment. Who are they working at? And more importantly, if you're working with a fellow loan officer in this category or a fellow salesperson, ask them the most important question that you need to know. Who do you know that needs to know me? Make sure you instill the conversation to that teammate that we're always looking for good people like yourself to join the team. Because you like me, I like you, we like to work together. We have what's called the 3 likes. So make sure that you bring up the responsibility as well as the opportunity to have them help you recruit. Because your sales force, your teammates, your employees, your village, your culture relies on like for like type of culture. So you also offer that incentive, that conversation to tell every teammate it is their part of contributing to this group of people if they know somebody that they think would be a good fit for the company. So recruitment, identifying who you're working with, identify people that may work with the team, and try to get some names to recruit. Retain, what are your strategies? Identify who you work with, identify their likes and dislikes and their needs and wants and their support. This is a retention strategy. The admin thing, ask about any software, any items that they want in terms of licensing or any type of education they want in terms of adding to their wealth of knowledge in their business and how they can improve their job. This is just a support and resource category. And finally, research and development. What new ideas do you want to bring into the business that we can test out together? I hope these 4 categories will help you in your one-on-one reviews. Next video is going to be about setting personal goals.